We started down there. That's the rock we climbed to. And we went all the way up. And now we're here. I'm going all the way there. I had to cross all that. Like, wow. It's not even that cold either. It doesn't even look that far.
Huh?
It doesn't even look that far. That looks like far. Oh my god, look at the little tiny cars! Oh, they look like ants! Oh my god, they're like ants.
That's Wildcat right there. That's ski slopes, all those ski slopes, that's Wildcat.
Yeah. What is over there? Is that just a lot of green?
Yeah, I think that's just a bunch of green. There's like a Nelson Craig trail that goes kind of like around on the other side of, like, that's, I think, like the Nelson Craig trail that's like kind of over there. That kind of thing, but it doesn't head back down to Pinkham's Notch over there. It just kind of goes off and to another location over there. It's pretty rural. I think people normally don't take the Nelson Craig trail. Yeah. But there is an AT cutoff, basically, from the Nelson Craig trail, but it would have been the longest trail for us to do. We'd have to go through Tuckerman Ravine, then go up the AT, then head up Nelson Craig, up like the side, up to Washington. So, yep. Yeah, at this point you can definitely see like where we started, which is like down there is like the parking lot, and yeah.
So scared of heights.
Wow, that's beautiful over there. Just like looking in that direction.
Pretty? Very high
I have no idea what that is. Boot Spur is right there.
I had to grab a snack. It's forever going all over.
Yeah.
Someone just grumbled at me so loud. I was like, okay, Jesus.
Yeah, gotta get up to the Boot Spur, and then it won't be too bad. But, yeah. The tree.
Don't record that!
That's what I recorded.
No! Delete that. Ah! Ah!
So, Davis Path is 0.7 miles that direction. You've done 2.7 miles. That's how far we've gotten. Tuckerman Ravine Trail down there, 0.6 miles. And Hermit's Lake Shelters down there. You know. Lion's Head is just coming over like this amount of sort of shadow over here is like right on the top of the shadow area is Lion's Head itself. Whew. I should probably take this out of this case.
Yeah.
Because there's kind of no reason to have it in the case. Yeah.
Do we have to go all the way up there?
Yeah, we have to go up to the top of that. That's Boot Spur. What?
That person up there?
It might be. It might also just be the summit sign.
All the way across.
Probably don't necessarily want to go down the Boot Spur because Boot Spur link, because it is super steep, even though that's an option. I'm kind of thinking about just putting my trekking poles away at this point, because this is pretty nice. This is a little plateau before getting up to the Boott Spur, which is a 5,000 foot mountain right here, that we then use to kind of skirt the edge up to Washington. It's just so nice how warm it is right now. Like, it's perfect. It's like 55 up here, or in the 50s. Maybe not, maybe it's lower, but I can't even tell what the real temp is. So I don't have a thermometer. It could be 45 degrees and I wouldn't even know. We wouldn't even know. Are you eating? Like while you're... Yeah. We're about to start going up again. This is really just like interesting, like plants. I don't even know what they're called. There's kind of a real rock scramble going on here. There's some real biggies over here. That's Boot Spur up there.
So it's all the way over there. We still have to go all the way up, all the way across to over there. Oops. But yeah, can't.
Alright. Well, made it to the summit of Boot Spur. It's kind of like a desolate summit over here. This is the real McCoy right here. It's hard to even describe actually and capture like what it actually looks like, because there's no depth perception with cameras, but it's kind of like just barren up here because it's not a very well hiked mountain. We obviously got we got about 3 other people that passed us as we were getting up here. But yeah, now we're gonna have lunch because that's the summit, and we're gonna see how we feel, because that's further than it seems on a camera. We basically have to walk over there and then just kind of walk up that, and that's another maybe 1,000 feet, about another 1,000 feet elevation gain. I think that we've gained definitely well over 3,000, which is more than we usually do, for sure. I don't know where she is. I think she's back over here. Let's see where she is. She was, she was right behind me, but oh, there she is. She's making her way up. That's where we came from, was all the way down there. That little thing was basically when we can... Down there is the road that we originally came up. Pinkham's notches can't be seen from here. But it is a crazy view because you can kind of see, even though there's a huge amount of mountain landscape, which is unlike anything else I've ever seen before, because we usually are like on the highest peak, but not on like a plateau. This is kind of like a plateau, which you can see like other areas of this mountain range, basically. And it'd be kind of cool to go stand up there and see what he can see around the other side over here. But this is Boott Spur. This is Boott Spur itself. There's a trail sign right there, I think, for the Davis path, which then the Davis path would then lead us to basically Mount Washington. There's a cutoff that you can kind of barely make out that basically goes, just kind of walks. It's not, there's no elevation gain until you're basically going right to Mount Washington, which then is a steep cutoff. My legs are pretty fatigued, but I think it'll be better once we eat. We'll see how good we are after we eat. And
all the way over there.
oh yeah.
All the way over there. Where am I, dude?
Yeah, this once you get up here, I mean, it's really cool up here. Like, it's just really interesting. This is just such a barren landscape, compared to even like other Mount Washingtons. Like, this is the real McCoy of like the White Mountains experience, I guess, compared to like everything else, because this is right here. This is a really crazy plateau to be on. I remember looking at this when we were on the Jewel Trail all the way up there. I remember looking at this trail and basically looking at the Boot Spur trail and the way down, and I was like, that's a really cool place. I'd really like to be down there just to see what it would look like. And that's actually those cairns right there. Follow down there. There's the sign for the Davis path, which then just kind of parallels, just kind of skirts around, and then it's only right there that basically it would start just going up. Like, there's no elevation gain or loss right over there. It's just we would gain then 1,000-foot elevation up to Mount Washington, right there, and then we'd have to come back down the Lion's Head Trail, which you can definitely see the Lion's Head Trail right there. So that's like, that would be like the way to come down, opposed to Tuckerman Ravine Trail, which that's the ravine there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, that looks, well,
That looks scary.
I can see definitely some marks from people who have gone down that, but it seems kind of spooky to try. I hear some people.
Okay, can we have food now?
Yes.
This is someone. I don't know where. I'm not going all the way over there. That's too far. This is where we had to go. I'm going all the way up there.
To be on. I remember looking at this trail and basically looking at the Boot Spur trail. So we had lunch at Boot Spur. We're basically doing the bath down at this point. Yeah, there's Lion's Head. That's basically where we're going to loop back. We're going to loop around. We're not going to go up Washington, but we got to do this basically really fast because it took us like 6 hours to get up here. It's not going to take that long to get back down, but still got to do this real fast. So we're almost to the cutoff. Sasha's back somewhere over there. This has been mostly a flat section, but obviously, you know, we went down off of that basically, and now we're kind of just looping around this thing. It was mostly pretty flat. I can see her head. She's right there. Her pink hat. These are some massive rocks over here. And, yeah, I mean, it's just... We're still kind of chilling over here. We're trying to go as fast as we can, but also trying to sort of enjoy ourselves since we're not doing Washington. So, basically, here's the deal. Like, we basically got to go down there and then kind of wrap around. We're going to kind of try to go across, like, that spot there. I don't know if that will be possible. If it's not possible, then we'll kind of just have to go like up and around a little bit, basically. That'll basically be what it will do, which means we'll be partially going up Washington and then basically dipping down because the whole thing is sort of, we're doing the Lawn Cutt Off right now. Basically, this is Davis's path. We're about to get to the Lawn Cutt Off right over. I think it's right over this ridge here, which basically goes that way. Yeah. What they're basically doing right there. So.
With that on your back.
It's not like we even really need trekking poles here, other than the fact that it's like really weird. Like the footing is super weird because there's all these little small rocks. We wouldn't be able to get up in Washington. Like, we would actually, I mean, we could get up there, but I'm sure we would be able to get up there, but we would not have enough time, I think. It'd be like an extra mile. Yeah. Well, we would go faster, but than when we went up, but it would be extra time. We're kind of like going back the way that we are able to without taking the single route. So Lion's Head will probably be like the only thing we can kind of do when it comes to that. I love these rocks. So cool. And it's just such a weird landscape. Alright, so here's the deal. Basically what ended up happening was we went over to that area to do the loop. Figured out it would not work. We didn't have the gear. It was too steep. Too much snow was still there. We had to loop back. And it's gonna be really dark by the time we get down there, because I think I only have like one light really, so unfortunately it's really bad. But we're down at like the false summit area where we were before. Basically, we only have a few hours of light left. It took us like a really long time to get up here. We basically took our time getting up here. Anyways, we knew we didn't have enough time to do Washington, but we were going to do a loop down the Lion's Head, but didn't work out, so we got to trudge our way back down this way. It's down Boott Spur again, and it's going to be dark because the sun is setting over this ridge really soon. So I think the sign up here for basically Boot Spur link is right over here, which took us a hell of a lot of time to get up to the Boot Spur link. Actually, we were kind of like thinking to ourselves, it was bad that we had, I was thinking to myself, it was kind of, I mean, it was okay if you had taken that long up, but to me, when we started this, we wanted to make sure that we didn't overexert ourselves. Now we're kind of overexerting ourselves down. So here's the sign right up ahead for Boot Spur link, and I'll read what it says. I think it's about 2 miles down at this point from. We did that whole mile real fast, though. Maybe only in about an hour. We just got down to the Boot Spur link in maybe an hour, real fast, for us getting up this, getting down this area. Basically, though, the big problem is we're on the wrong side of the mountain for there to be light. We're just like kind of gonna be in darkness soon if we don't get down off of this mountain. We couldn't have ever done Washington. It wasn't even possible. So, Boot Spur link down there goes down to the shelters, to the Hermit Lake shelters. And yeah, it is about 2 miles, maybe 1.9-ish down from here. And we can see Huntington Ravine is completely dark. A lot of this is dark. But we'll be hiking in twilight, basically, when we're off of this link over here. We're going to take a quick break, but not a long one. It's really too bad the whole it was just too much snow, and we only brought basically micro spikes. There's too much snow over there. It's too dangerous to basically cross that area of like Huntington Ravine area. Just too much. Holy crap! I'm just thinking to myself, we were up there at that like so recently. It feels like we were up there because we were up there at the top of like the ravine staring at it. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's just, I'm saying like we got down this really fast, but just take a look and see what it looks like over this ridge. It's gonna be dark. Okay, so it looks okay over there, but it's going to be dark after that through the forest. You can see that it's already dark at Pinkham's Notch. There, it's sitting in twilight basically. It's only like 5, right? What time is it?
4:46.
Yeah, so it's close to 5. Okay. Alright, we're gonna take a break for a quick break over here. Maybe like 10 minutes to keep our legs from kind of seizing up down this. Because this is steep to go down very quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, there she is, finally. Yeah, we're about to dip back into tree line, I think. It's gonna be pretty grueling. Now that we're about to get into the darkness, and yeah, Pinkham's Notch keeps flickering in and out of sort of the light. By 7 was okay down there, but it was kind of bad in terms of like 7 o'clock was kind of like twilight at the bottom over there. It was just barely peeking over the ravine. Yeah, it's gonna be rough getting down this, but we're about to go back into the tree line. I don't know how long it's gonna be. Maybe a mile and a half at this point. Not that bad. I don't know though, actually. I might be lying. I might be losing it completely. Here's the snow drifting terribleness that... there was a thing just a minute ago that basically we both slid down it. It was something like this. It's only maybe like somewhere between 5 to 10 feet. But we kind of had no choice but to slide down it because it was kind of absurd. Like steep like that. But it was steeper than that. So that was the problem. Was basically, fuck this. Gotta throw those down there because I need a hand over here. Basically, it was like this. I think that this is not as steep, though. This is nowhere near as steep. Just gotta get back down below tree line. Can't tell where she went. Yeah, we're about to finally dip below tree line over here. I think this was like basically what we were doing right before we breached into Alpine Zone. Down there is the Pinkham's Notch Visitor Center and Joe Dodge Lodge, where we had stayed last night. So, in other words, even when we get down below tree line, it's still a pretty far thing. Far. I'm going delirious. Not delirious, but just kind of spotty. Yeah, I don't know where she went. I think she's behind me over there. But basically, she's behind me, unlike before when we did Mount Washington. She was ahead of me. But yeah, you can see that kind of where we go right there. Goes down below tree line. Here she comes with a pink hat. I am not wearing a hat. In fact, we brought with us too much gear, basically. I'm going to go on ranting a little bit here, but we brought basically 2 coats. She brought like 2 coats, a gigantic, like a sort of gigantic thick fleece, and then sort of like a soft shell coat itself, like a soft shell windbreaker kind of coat that has a hood. I don't think it's waterproof, but it's like a water resistant coat. It's pretty light and it's pretty small. And then she had a sort of like the Frogger's sort of just non-wet coat, or a non sort of it's sort of non-lasting. It's like a just kind of disposable, but it would work as sort of a hard shell in the sense that it would kind of keep the water out and is completely breathable like Gore-Tex. And I brought a fleece, a field pant, or a field jacket liner, and a like light hard shell. So basically we overpacked because we haven't used anything other than just one fleece, and basically, oh, she also brought a sort of pink fleece, synthetic fleece sort of like thing. I wouldn't slide down that. So then it's like a lot of extra clothes unnecessary. So we basically made it down below tree line, and I gotta put my crampons on. She's got her not my crampons, but microspikes. She's got her microspikes on, and this is like the snow that we were dealing with before. It can be kind of annoying to deal with, but it's actually beats walking down those rocks, because those rocks were kind of treacherous, and we're about to get to the outlook view over here, wherever that was. Oh, there it is. I can see the sign. I would suggest being super careful here because we didn't go here before, and it doesn't look like anybody has walked over this, so be careful. This is like prime post hole area. You gotta get back to the trail though over there. Oh, I just walked through a spider web. There we go. Did you walk? Did you?
I fell through.
You fell through?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so confused on where you were going.
Yeah, because this is the, like, ravine outlook that we saw before when we first got up here to the snow where we basically first put on our micro spikes. Yeah, okay. Yep, let's keep walking. And to be honest, right on time, because even like another hour of this, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, would have been pitch black, and we would have been in bad shape. So oh, there's the sign, the original Pinkham's notch. There it is. I gotta get back to the car. That's originally where we slept for the night. We're good.